Namaste. This is Leela Shri from Leela Karthik channel. I'm back with another video from lesson class 7th, lesson 18, which is the forest our lifeline. So here I came with another important topic, which is the layer of forest. So you all know today we are mainly discussing about the rainforest and the tropical forest, okay? You know rainforest, right? How the trees will look and all. So in that we took the topic of trees, okay? And we are knowing how the trees are layered. This is called the layers of the forest, rainforest or tropical forest. Shall we get into the video? Before getting into the video, everyone, if you understood, please put a like and subscribe and share to your friends also for getting more good understanding. Okay, thank you all. Let's share the video. The layers of forest. There are 4 main layers of forest. Let's look at it. So first layer of the forest is umgent layer, and second layer is canopy, and the third layer is understory, and fourth one is the forest floor layer. So I'll detailedly explain you about the each layer, and here we have a diagram also for our better understanding. And first we'll go through emergent layer, the first layer of the forest. Okay, this layer consists only tallest trees. Means you all know the tallest trees, right? It contains that this layer only consists in the tallest trees. Means the emergent layer is the tallest, highest layer we say. Like that only, the short trees cannot contain this layer, right? So only the highest trees contain this layer. And when we hear the word height, the trees it's 50 meter to above. Okay. Excuse me. 50 meter to above means we can see that the sunlight, it's receiving a maximum sunlight, rain and wind. Means it's receiving maximum sunlight, direct sunlight, we can say direct sunlight, direct rainfall and wind. High speed winds also it's going to receive. And it is also known as overstory. Overstory means upper layer, is tallest layer. And its seeds, you will think that how then the seeds are transferred and how it's again pollinated, we'll think, right? How it's again grown up. So that is done by wind. The seeds and flowers are very tiny means very light. So these are transferred by the wind, means pollinated by the wind. This person is taken by the wind, and the animals like eagles, monkeys, bats, butterflies are found here. Okay. So in the emergent layer, the high animals, gliding birds, bats, eagles, monkeys are found. But most it's less animal containing layer everyone talks, because in that much height no animal goes. But now we'll get in second layer, right? There every animals like that place and never go to the downer areas. What is that area? What is that layer? It's called canopy layer. Okay. Before that, look over here. This is the emergent layer. Okay, in this emergent layer, it is the tallest layer and it receives maximum sunlight, and animals like eagles, monkeys, bats and butterflies are found here. We have understood this layer, right? Okay, then shall we go to the next layer? Okay. So the next layer is canopy layer. Canopy layer, it is and second tallest layer after the emergent layer. Here this canopy layer has a wide branches spreading, because it want to grab the sunlight and it want to also take the rainfall, and its leaves are like drip tip. They are smooth and oval shaped, so they will easily let off the rainwater flow to the downer layers. So here it is a second layer. We can see here it is 50 meters below only. So here the canopy layer will have many juicy fruits and attractive flowers it contains. So most of the animals maximum food here only is produced. So most of the animals like to live here only. Like 90% of and also here 90% of excuse me, and also here 95% of sunlight is received, and many animals like birds, frogs, lizards, snakes, langurs, monkeys, and most other boars, jaguars also live in this layer only, because they will get and plenty of food, right? Here plenty of animal stays and plenty of food is received, and this is if here more birds will stay. So when they eat the juicy fruits by their droppings, the canopy layer trees will get pollinated. So this is about the canopy layer. Canopy is the second largest layer, and it contains a drip tip leaf structure, and here most of the maximum food is produced and it receives 95% of the sunlight, and many animals like to live here. Did you understand about the emergent and the canopy layer? Okay, I hope yes. So shall we go to the next layer? Understory. Means this understory is the layer. It is also called the third layer of the forest trees. So first we read about the emergent layer. Second, we understood about the canopy layer. Now we are getting the third layer. This is not that much longest, but little shorter. It's little more shorter, and it's like this. We can see the picture first. This is the understory. Small shrubs, small herbs. Herb. It only contains shrubs and smaller trees. It contains shrubs and smaller trees. Okay, and even climbers it contains. Climbers it contains, and some kind of fern type trees it also contains. And this is the understory region. Okay, this is the lower layer of the forest. It's called understory. Okay, this layer consists of bushes, shrubs, younger trees that developed in the shade of canopy. Okay, here the maximum trees will likely only grow because water is heavy, humidity is heavy only, but the sunlight is blocked by the canopy. Why? Canopy has a wide spreading of its branches, right? In the tree leaves also poor transpiration goes on, and the humidity will be on going only staying in the down layer, and photosynthesis is required by the sunlight is main, right? So sunlight is very less in this area, means very less in this layer. So it's difficult in understory area to grow plants, but it contains it contains it develops by the shade in the canopy, and it gets very little minimum percentage of the sunlight. That's it. So here the down means here it's very down, right? And it also having many shrubs, means what we know, shrubs means many flowers will be. So there are many attractive flowers, bright and big flowers. So what happens, many animals and many insects comes, and many animals comes, mainly insects such as bees, butterflies comes and pollinate by doing the pollination. We know about the pollination, right? So this happens here. And animals like birds, butterflies, frogs, snakes, squirrels, raccoons, opossums are found here. Understory area is just the third layer of the tree, and it also contains the smaller plants, smaller trees, shrubs, younger trees, and bushes. And here it have more humidity, and it receives little sunlight. Okay, am I clear with this? And we are entering into the last layer. What is it? It's called forest floor. Forest floor means have you ever heard about it? Let's first see about how it stays. See, this is the forest floor. This is the understory. Excuse me. So this is the forest floor. Forest floor means many of the animals roam in the land, right? That is only called forest floor. Okay. So here in this forest floor, it contains all dead matter like decomposing leaves, dead trees, animals. Means forest floor means we know there will be, means from the dead leaves will fall and some animals and some dead trees will fall on that area only. So there what happens, it becomes a decomposing pig type. Okay, it decomposes and takes the releases the nutrients. Then soil will be used by the plants like understory plants, canopy plants and emergent layer plants. And here only little 2% of sunlight only reaches the floor, because understory takes, canopy takes, emergent layer takes. How then? For coming to the forest floor, it gets only 2% of the sunlight. So what happens means it only supports some plants to grow there. Only some plants like fern grasses, mushrooms, tree seedlings and grow here. And animals like tigers, elephants, bugs, spiders and earthworms and other wild animals also stay there. And this forest layer contains very little sunlight. Very little. 2% only it contains. At least understory gets little minimum percent. But here it's very dark. And it's the forest floor means animals will move around the area. And here very small, so they're easily getted pollinated by animals or any wind, or they will only they will only seed dispersal, explosive dispersal that takes place on this forest floor. I hope we have understood about these 4 layers. What are this? Emergent layer, canopy, understory and forest floor. So we have to first now know the main points and get concluded. What is emergent layer? It is the tallest layer of the forest and it gets maximum sunlight, direct rainfall and wind also heavily. And here much higher plants grow 50 meter above. And also here many gliding birds such as gliding birds and eagles, bats live over this area. And also this is dispersed by wind. Okay, am I clear with this? And then canopy. Canopy is the second largest layer. In this layer, the branches are wide enough to take the sunlight and it also receives rainfall and sunlight. Here it receives how much percent? 95 it receives 95% of sunlight. It receives 95% of sunlight and the leaves are smooth and oval and it's drip tip leaves, and many animals live here because of the maximum production of the food. This is all about the canopy layer. And what is understory layer? Understory layer means down layer, which is the third layer of the forest. Here some animals live and it's very a little dark because it's difficult to take the sunlight. Take the sunlight. Here only bushes, shrubs and smaller trees grows. And here the flowers are very big, and here it takes the dispersal of the animals. Animals take the dispersal. And the forest floor. Forest floor is a decomposing pit. Also it's called the decomposing layer. Here it is very dark because it only gets 2% of sunlight. And the soil is also used by the rest 3 layers. And here only little plants grow like grasses, mushrooms, and tree seedlings, and animals move here and there. This is all about the four layers of the forest. I hope everyone understood very well, and if I will also try to put the whole lesson one day, surely. First means we will get easily understand by these bits of the lessons, because I'm concentrating on the main bits of the lessons now, and I hope everyone understood very well. Thank you for listening patiently. Thank you all. Bye. Let's meet with another video. If you have understood the video, please like, share and subscribe my channel Leela Karthik Talents.